Good morning, everyone. I am Poonam Handa, and this is my first vlog. So, to begin with, let me introduce myself to you. I am an architect, a wife, a mom to two beautiful daughters, and a mom in law to a handsome son, Anshul. Traveling has always been my passion and also photography, but never had the courage to come in front of the camera and or it never occurred to me. Finally, uh, after my daughters pushed me into it and motivated me, I am coming in front of you guys to share my travel experiences with you all. And trust me, बहुत हिम्मत चाहिए इसके लिए. So, मेरी इस नई सफ़र में, मेरी इस नई जर्नी में आप सबका स्वागत है. और अगर आप लोगों का साथ रहा तो ये सफ़र और भी हसीन हो जाएगा. To begin with, let me tell you where I am. I am in a beautiful place in Karnataka, in a beautiful resort, as you can see behind me. And this place is a UNESCO World Heritage Site and is full of temples, ruins, and millions of boulders, as you can see behind me. So I guess this place doesn't need more introduction. Yes, this is Hampi, and I am here for next 3 days, and I'm going to explore this place fully. तो मेरे साथ बने रहिए और मैं आपको बीच-बीच में बताती रहूँगी क्या देखना है, कैसे देखना है और भी बहुत कुछ इसके बारे में. So, welcome and let's explore Hampi together. कुछ पंक्तियाँ लिखी थी. जिंदगी के इस नए सफ़र पे चल पड़ी हूँ मैं. अनजाना है सफ़र, अनजानी है डगर. अपने सपनों को पूरा करने की एक कोशिश में निकल पड़ी हूँ मैं. तो चलिए मेरे साथ. Let's explore Hampi.
Before we begin, let me tell you what Hampi is. Situated on the banks of Tumbhadra River in central Karnataka, Hampi was the capital of one of the most prosperous Hindu empire, the Vijayanagara, in 14th century. By 15th century, it was the world's second largest medieval era city after Beijing and India's richest at that time, attracting traders from Persia and Portugal. It had gained control over cotton and spice trade routes of southern India. However, in 1965, the mighty Vijayanagara Empire was defeated by the coalition of Muslim sultanates. Its capital Hampi was conquered, plundered, and destroyed by the Sultanate armies, after which Hampi remained in ruins. Hampi ruins are spread over 4,100 hectares with more than 1,600 surviving remains of the last great Hindu kingdom of South India. Hampi एक एहसास है. Hampi कण कण में लिखी एक कविता. Hampi हर शिला से जुड़ा एक इतिहास है. Hampi हनुमान जी का जन्म स्थल भी है और Hampi रामायण की किष्किंधा नगरी भी, जहां हनुमान जी और सुग्रीव का वास था. यहीं भगवान राम व लक्ष्मण माता सीता के हरण पश्चात हनुमान जी से मिले थे और यहीं से उनकी वानर सेना का जन्म भी हुआ था. इसलिए इसे मंकी किंगडम भी कहा जाता है. हम्पी पंपा देवी क्षेत्र भी है, जहां माता पार्वती यानी पंपा देवी व भगवान शिव यानी पंपापति की पौराणिक कथाओं के बद्ध चिन्ह भी पाए जाते हैं. अगर देखा जाए तो हम्पी के लिए 2 दिन भी काफ़ी हैं, मगर समझना चाहें तो 10 दिन भी कम. बातों बातों में हमारी मंजिल भी आ गई.
This is Virupaksha temple, which is the first site we are going to explore.
This is the main entrance to the temple, and this imposing tower-like structure is called Gopuram, which is a typical feature of Dravidian or South Indian temple architecture. When you enter the temple, you come into a large courtyard with pillared halls on the sides. and through a small gopuram which is on the end of the courtyard, you enter the main temple. Virupaksha temple is the main and the most important center of pilgrimage at Hampi and has been considered the most sacred over the centuries. This is the only active temple in Hampi and is dedicated to Lord Shiva, who is worshipped here as Virupaksha. Look at the carvings, the statues, the paintings on the ceilings. I mean, it is so unbelievable, and each of them, each carving, each painting has a story to tell. By the way, all the colors used in the paintings and the statues and the carvings are all natural vegetable colors. Isn't this so mesmerizing? Do not miss out on the pinhole camera effect and the inverted image of the main gopuram on the wall of the main mandapa. Another gopuram towards north leads you to a stepwell or Pushkarni and eventually to river Tungbhadra through series of steps. I had to go down the steps to meet the most important member of Virupaksha temple, and I couldn't have gone without meeting her. She is Lakshmi, the temple elephant in Virupaksha temple, and believed to be a living incarnation of God Ganesha. If you hand her a 10 rupee note, she will give you her blessings. She was leisurely taking her bath in Tungbhadra river, and I had to wait till she gets up, and finally she got up and I saw her coming up. The way she was coming up was so majestic that I just kept on looking at her and I felt so blessed. As you come out of the temple, you see these pillared pavilions lining the streets on both the sides. These were the bazaars and are associated with all the temples of Hampi. This bazaar is called the Virupaksha Bazaar or the Hampi Bazaar. This Hampi Bazaar spreads for more than 1 kilometer and used to be a thriving marketplace during the days of the Vijayanagara Empire. Hello. So we just came back from Virupaksha temple and it took me almost 2 hours to see. बहुत कुछ देखने को है, इतनी carvings, paintings. I can't tell you how pretty it is. I wish I could take more videos, but allowed नहीं था, so I have just taken pictures. And now we are going to Lotus Mahal and Elephant Stable. तो चलते हैं next site की तरफ. We are going to see now Lotus Mahal, Elephant Stable and Ranga Temple. Hello. So we are in the complex and on the right hand side is Lotus Temple, and if we go ahead straight we have Elephant Stable. So first we will see Elephant Stable and then we will come to this Lotus Mahal. Elephant stables are situated just outside the Zanana enclosure. It's an impressive structure built in Indo-Islamic style of architecture and was used as shelter for royal elephants of the Vijayanagara Empire. So this is the place where their elephants used to stay. It's a double height structure. I guess each is for one elephant. So these are the 11 enclosures. आज ही पप्पा बताइए. हाँ ये बता रहे हैं.
Yes. ये गजशाला कहते हैं. दसरा फेस्टिवल से 2 महीने पहले वो 11 हाथी को लेके आके इधर ट्रेनिंग देता था कैसा वो दसरा फेस्टिवल में पार्टिसिपेट करना पड़ेगा.
So these are basically 11 enclosures for 11 royal elephants and they are all interconnected by these small doorways, maybe for the guards to check. So you can imagine how the royal elephants were treated during those days. And along this side these are the staff quarters for the mahots and the staff to take care of the elephants. This is also beautifully made. This is the Lotus Mahal, and this all is in Zanana enclosure, which was used by the queens as their summer home. And so this is protected by these tall solid walls with watchtowers in the corners.
The structure is supported by 24 pillars and have no walls. Impressive carving on the arches. Next is the Vijaya Vithala temple, which is the grandest of all the monuments and temples in Hampi. The stretch between the main car park area and the temple is 1 kilometer, which you can travel either on foot or take a ride in the golf cart. All throughout the stretch you can see the ruins of the famous Vithala Bazaar, once a thriving marketplace. This bazaar was famous for horse trading.
Now this is our final stop. ये last stop है, हमारा site है आज का day 1 का हम्पी में. And this is Vithala temple, famous for, ये आगे मैं आपको बताऊंगी ये famous क्यों है. तो चलिए अंदर चलते हैं.
The Vijaya Vithala temple is dedicated to Lord Vithala, an incarnation of Lord Vishnu. It is built in the Dravidian style of architecture and is the finest example of architectural excellence of the sculptors and artisans of Vijayanagara Empire. The temple complex is a sprawling area and is surrounded by high compound walls with 3 gateways, and there are many halls, shrines and pavilions located inside it.
So this is the chariot I was talking about. This place is famous for this chariot, which is on our 50 rupee note. And this is there are 3 sites in India where you find these chariots. One is this Vithala temple in Hampi, another is at Mahabalipuram, and the third one is in the Konark temple. So this is famous, this place is famous for this chariot.
This chariot is actually a shrine that has been designed in the shape of a chariot, and it is dedicated to Garuda, and as per Hindu mythology, Garuda is the carrier of Lord Vishnu. Apart from the stone chariot, Rangamandapa is also one of the main attractions of the temple. It is most famous for its 56 musical pillars known as Saregama pillars, and these musical notes are emitted when the pillars are tapped gently. The main pillars are designed as musical instruments, and every main pillar is surrounded by 7 minor pillars. These 7 minor pillars emit 7 different musical notes from the representative musical instruments. So awe-inspiring and so spectacular, isn't it? No one is allowed to touch the pillars or enter the mandapa. Justified, as we need to preserve this for our future generations to see. Since Vithala Bazaar was an international horse market, you can see exquisite carvings of Chinese, Portuguese and European traders checking on the quality of horses. So beautifully shown.
दाढ़ी देखो, लॉन्ग कोट, हैट देखो. इधर आए तो पोर्चुगीज दिखता है आपको. पोर्चुगीज हैट, लॉन्ग स्लीव, बटन सूट, पैंट, शूज़ भी दिखाया वो लोग ने. इधर लास्ट में आपको पर्शिया दिखता है. पर्शियन बोले तो 150 ईयर्स एगो ईरान एंड पार्ट ऑफ इराक.
Left in full admiration and pride for our rich cultural heritage.
The best part I liked was that all these electric vehicles are driven by ladies and girls, and see, sign of women empowerment.
Finally, we came to Malyavanta Hill to watch the sunset. Though this place is not as famous as Hemkutta Parvat and Matunga Hill, but this is the only place which has vehicular access till the end. Another plus point, less crowd. Malyavanta Raghunatha Swami temple is dedicated to Lord Rama and is an active temple. It is believed that Lord Rama and Lakshman waited here for the monsoons to get over so that they could march towards Lanka with Hanuman and his Vanar Sena. After crossing the temple and a little hike, you come to this gorgeous hilltop dotted with small shrines scattered all over. The most impressive is the whitewashed shrine of Lord Shiva, nestled against a massive boulder. In front of it on the rocky floor you can see carved Nandi statues along with Shivlingas on either side of a cleft filled with water. The cleft is believed to have been made by Lakshmana's arrow. Sat here, mesmerized and soaked in mythological stories, absorbing the breathtaking 360-degree view of Hampi. This was the beautiful end of my first day in Hampi. See you guys tomorrow, and please do comment below how you liked my first vlog and do subscribe to my channel. Thank you and good night.